What's good, YouTube? It's Ray Jarrell. So today's video I want to show you guys is gun doubles Y flex offset mini scheme in Madden 24. So if you enjoy this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. So I am in the spread offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the spread offensive playbook. Now this playbook used to be found in the Packers. I believe it was last year and some years ago, but I know for a fact it was in the Packers. I just can't tell you if it was last year or not. But I always loved this formation, and this year they only have it in the spread playbook. Kind of sad, but it is what it is. So if you like, using these alternate playbooks, this is perfect for you. If you like a custom, style offense, then this is not the offensive formation for you, because you cannot put this in a custom playbook because it is in an alternate playbook. So sadly, sad news to some, good news to some others. But anyways, I really love this scheme, and I'm excited to give it to you guys. And I do have some gameplay I want to show you of me using this scheme. So I'm gonna try to make this a quick video. I know I say that every time, y'all, but I've been trying. Okay, I'm gonna try again today. All right. So anyways, what I wanted y'all to look at too is some of these run plays. So they got the read option. I'm gonna go over the RPO read double screen in a second. 0-1 trap is a great run play depending on what formation they're in, like what type of set they're in their defense. Now outside zone, I don't really use it, but you can try it depending on what type of defense they're in. It could be good. Same thing with the halfback draw, but they do have inside zone and they have read options. So they have a lot of good run plays in here. Now the pass plays is what I'm going to be focusing on. And so as far as your audibles, this is how your audibles should go. You should have wide shallow cross, the RPO. Now you can sub this in for any run play you want, but I love to have this one here. You got fork wheel and angle smash. So I'm gonna go over all of these, and I'm gonna start off with wide shallow cross. All right. I'm gonna try to keep this video very, very simple and not super in depth. Now I do want to go ahead and take out. I want to flip flop. I believe Darby is a better slot corner, so I'm just gonna put Darby on this side, and I'm gonna put Rocky Sin over there just to kind of mimic some better corners out there. So I do want to take out cover 3, and I'm gonna put in cover 4 drop because we are going to come out in cover 3. Now the reason I do my videos the way I do, as far as defensive goes, because basically you're going to run into every single. Most people Most people are going to play simple coverages. Okay, they're not going to get too cute and too advanced in what you see on YouTube as far as other plays goes. They're either going to play basic zone coverage, or they're going to play basic man coverage, or they're going to play zone blitz or man blitz. That's all you're going to get. Okay, so the reason I give you all these setups is because they're going to work for either zone blitz or regular zone, or they're going to work versus regular man or man blitz. Okay, I just don't like trying to give it all to you guys at once. But regardless, let's go ahead and dive into this video. Okay, so for the first setup, this is going to be a cover 3 beater. So what we're going to do is we're going to take excuse me, let's go ahead and reset the play. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this slot right here, our tight end, motion them across, and we're going to put them on a streak, and we're going to take circle and put them on a comeback route. So this setup right here is going to bomb cover 3, and I believe it also will bomb cover 4 drop, and it actually will bomb cover 2. So it'll bomb a lot of your basic zone coverages. So I love to come out with this play first. You're just going to need a lot of time in the pocket for this type of play. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. I spied one of the guys just to show you, because as you can tell, the Redskins, the Commanders' offensive line is absolutely terrible. Which is, you're going to see that in gameplay. Their offensive line is just completely terrible. So you can tell I only rushed 2, and they still got through. This is all Madden practice mode, by the way. But anyways, what you guys are going to notice, you won't notice it now, but what's going to happen is when this safety is going to end up locking onto this streak, and this comeback route is going to hold that third because of how deep this post is. They're just not going to be able to catch it. Now, if you're getting pressured, you can throw this ball a little bit sooner, depending on how fast this guy can get upfield and make the safety turn his hips, which I'll be able to show you here in a second. Okay, now you will have time to throw this. I actually do call this in game. I call this exact play, and you're going to see how it works in game. But all Madden practice mode, for some reason, when you have a bad team, it's just, they just act like they just can't block at all. So I'm just gonna spy those two, and again, I'm only spying because I don't want this video being longer than it has to. I just need y'all to be able to see. Look at this. Look, I can't make this up, y'all. I literally only had one person rush it, and he still got through with this with this Commanders line. So I'm just gonna spy everybody. All right. Normally I don't like doing this when I spy everybody, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do so that way I can make this video. I want to give you guys the setups and explain why they work and all that good stuff. But apparently the Ravens defensive line is just crazy on this game. Anyways, I just want y'all to see, like, you don't really need that much time, as you can tell. So it's not like a whole lot of time you need, but I needed to just show you guys that so that way I can kind of break it down into replay and kind of talk about what the user will be doing and all that good stuff, okay? So normally when you run this play, the user's going to be somewhere up in here, and what's going to happen is he's going to either stay down low, and if he tries to take off right here and he's playing cover 3, then we're going to have this little gap open here. So we have options. And now, what I was trying to explain to y'all earlier is kind of look at the safety. When his hips turn like this, you can now throw this ball right here. You can now throw that, I promise you. If you throw it right here, he'll still actually make a play on it if you throw it right now. But if you wait, notice his hips turn and he's fully looking the other way, that's when you can actually throw this ball. So you don't have to wait for him to get out here, okay? You can throw it a little bit earlier if you're getting how I am with just crazy pressure, okay? So that's cover 3. Now you also can run the same thing versus cover 4 drop. Now I'm just going to spy the middle guy and just pray that the contains don't go crazy. But you can also run this versus cover 4 drop. Now with cover 4 drop, you're going to actually need a little bit of time in the pocket, which is okay because most of the time cover 4 drop, they're not trying to actually blitz you crazy. But basically, if you can kind of come back to the ball, or if you wait a little bit longer, you can actually throw that as well. So that's a read that you can make also. So cover 2. You can throw this versus cover 2. I'm going to spy 2 people because I just don't want to get screamed at. Now, there are better setups that I'm about to give you here in a second for cover 2, but technically, you can run this one if you want to, all right? It's just up to you, okay? So basically, square, you can throw him right there in that little gap, and then you have a potential big gain. We have a big gain and a potential for a one-play touchdown, but don't be afraid to call this play versus cover 2. And it's good because a lot of times people in cover 2 will use her on this right vertical hook, you'll notice most of the time. Now, if they happen to use her this left vertical hook, they're most likely going to try to run this crosser, well, this dig route for a little bit. Even if they try to take off and run with this, a lot of times you'll be able to have the room to fit this ball up in here to where they just can't make a play on it. So that's one of my other favorite setups, okay? So that's everything I like to do out of that play. I like to keep it very, very simple. Now, if they're running man coverage, I'll get into that in a second. Actually, I don't even want to mention that because I really love this play for zone beaters, all right? Next thing I want to go over is RPO. So this RPO is literally just, your typical RPO. But I will say, if they're playing any type of zones, sometimes both of these can be good. But honestly, I don't like to throw them. They're not like OP or glitchy or anything. They're just, it just depends on what they're doing. So I just love to run this as far as a read option. I think it's a lot better blocking with regular than the regular read option, in my opinion. But I will show you the only thing that's worth noting is if they're all out blitzing you. So if they're blitzing that guy that has the P on him, so here you see how the guy has the P right there. If they're blitzing, he will pretty much blitz every single time. So you're gonna be able to see it here, and it's very important that you understand that. So I don't like to run this play versus all out man. If they happen to play all out man, or if you happen to call this and you see that guy blitzing, honestly, I like to just kind of just throw circle and just, kind of peep the tight end. If you're going to run this, pay attention to that tight end, and if that tight end goes out there to block, then just throw it. But sometimes it won't always be this pretty though, all right? So keep that in mind. It won't always be this pretty. But if you can tell the tight end's going out there, definitely throw it. Give it a chance to throw it because if he's running out there, he'll block him. But he doesn't do that every time, so just kind of watch it. Now, worst case scenario, literally worst case, just literally hand this ball off and just take your loss and then call another play, which I'm about to talk about if they want to all-out man blitz you, okay? But just letting y'all know that is a thing, okay? Okay, so that's all out of that play. I don't want to waste y'all's time with that one. All right. Fork wheel, okay? So fork wheel, there's 2 setups that I love. The first one is a cover 3 bomb. So what we're going to do is motion over our tight end. We're going to smart route his route. To do that, press triangle, press X, and then press R1 to smart route. Take circle, put him on a comeback route. Now, this setup right here will bomb cover 3, and you also can have a nice double-sided read with this play. That's why I really, really love this play, to be honest with y'all. So, there's the cover 3. All right, so watch X right here. So it's important to know why you have. Let me run away from that guy. Okay, there we go. So that's the window that you're looking for with the cover 3 bomb, and that'll be open every single time. They're gonna have to deep half or man up the tight end. They're gonna have to do something. But the good thing about this play is that you actually don't have to throw this read if you don't want to. So this right here is actually a great read to make. You're gonna have to throw it as soon as he breaks, and if you have a good quarterback, he'll get it here. If you have a terrible quarterback, he'll actually pass lead it straight to the safety. You throw a pick. So run this play with a pretty good quarterback, and you'll have this window that's right here that's wide open, which I'll throw it in a second so you can see it. But this is the window that you're looking for in cover 3. And also versus cover 3, if you don't like throwing this up top, or if they're zone dropping their hooks, then you can actually throw this running back straight out the backfield, and this will gain you probably about 4 or 5 solid yards. So don't be afraid to throw that either. Okay, so let's go to let's stay at cover 3. I want to show y'all this again. Now we're going to motion them over. We're going to smart route X. Please don't forget to smart route X. If you forget to smart route him, then it's not going to work. All right. So this time I'm going to throw square. Kind of show you square. Notice that you can catch that. You really want to possession catch it, so that way you don't get a knockout animation. So really love that. Now cover 2. We also can throw the same thing in cover 2. Let's go back to fork wheel. And it's just crazy just because this one little setup right here, you really have a lot of nice options. So notice square right here, you can actually throw it straight in front of that guy. Now I could have waited half a second longer and I would have got it, but in actual game you want to throw that ball pretty quick. Now automatic practice mode, they're going to kind of be tight on it, and I wasn't comfortable with my offensive line blocking, so I knew I had to let it go. But I wanted to show you that this read a lot of times can be available if they're if it's not open. Well, not open, Lord. You can have this little gap here if you want it, but my favorite reads to throw is this right here and this right here. So both of these routes are great cover 2 beaters. This preferably is the best one to throw, honestly, unless they're zone dropping. But you just want to make a simple read. Like, as you can tell, I could have threw this, but you also have the chance to throw this if you wait. Now notice he kind of started hopping that way. He would have drifted more this way had I waited half a second longer, and I would have opened up this middle. It would have opened it up as we wanted it. So that's a great read to make. Now, last thing I'll show you real quick is versus cover 4 drop. You also can throw the same thing versus it. We're going to smart route it, take circle, put them on a comeback, and then we're going to go ahead and snap the ball here. And like I said, square. Oh, Lord, they didn't even let me throw it. But anyway, we'll take a look at it real quick, and then we'll keep on moving. Now, this is not my favorite thing to call versus cover 4 drop. I'd rather bomb them with the setup that I gave y'all, but you also can call this. You'll always have this available. You'll always have that unless they're playing some type of hard flats. And if they're playing hard flats, you'll actually be able to throw this right out the break if they're playing hard flats. If they're not, you could throw it here. So these are your 2 read combos if you just want for sure good reads. Now, if the user's slacking in the middle, you can always throw this right here. Now, just be careful if they have like a lurker or something right here, like, anything like that, just be careful. But if you have a good decent quarterback, it would be fine. You can throw this in this gap right here. So you have this gap, you have underneath, or you have quick right here, depending on what they're doing with this guy. So that's my favorite ways to actually one more setup I want to give you out, a fork wheel. Very simple. You just take circle, put them on a streak, and I like to take R1, put them on an out to the right. So this way I have a double-sided read. You can read square. We already went over square. You should know about that one by now. And you also have X, which I want to show you X real quick. Just wait. I just can't have time in the pocket. Listen. It's crazy how they have these teams on here where you just have to play with good teams, just because there's just no way they should be consistently getting pressure like this. But I guess it was kind of my fault. I guess I scooted up to the line. I probably should have scooted. Probably should have split here to the right maybe, but anyway, it's another conversation for another day. But you get the idea. I'm literally wide open, and they get over the top of every single zone, so don't be afraid to throw that. Worst case scenario is cover 2, and you can take down low if they play cover 2. All right. So again, one more time with that one before we continue is circle on the streak, and I'll show you versus cover 2 real quick just so you can see it. Well, I forgot to put R1 on the other side, but let's see if we can throw it over the top anyways. And yeah, you can actually still throw it over the top without the running back pulling it down. But in the future, put the running back over there. All right. So last play I want to go over is angle smash. Now I love this play. This is a really great play. We can also bomb cover 3 out of this play as well. Now the cover 3 bomb. No, excuse me. I take that back. Sorry, not cover 3 bomb. What I want to talk about next is my favorite setup with this. So what you want to do is, it depends on what they're playing. If they're playing zone, any type of zone, this will work. So you want to take square, put them on a streak. Take X, smart route his route. Take circle, put them on a streak. Take R1, put them on an out to the right, to the left, excuse me. Now you want to smart route triangles route 2, and to do that you press triangle, and press R1, and that'll smart route it. So it's ran a tiny bit deeper, but that little bit of a deeper throw is going to help us out a lot. So what's going to happen is he's going to be able to climb over the top of those linebackers, and if you have more time in the pocket, you can actually throw that ball to the sideline and get a nice little gain. All right, so I have not talked about man this whole entire video, so that's kind of what I want to start talking about now, because of honestly either run the ball versus man, or I love to go between angle smash and this play fork wheel. Those are my two favorite things versus man to talk about. But I want to talk about angle smash first for man. Now, one thing I like to do if they're playing too high man with too high safeties like this style of man, I like to actually motion in this guy right here. Come on, motion in. And then we're going to take him and put him on a streak. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to isolate our slot receiver, and it's going to make sure that if it's true man coverage, we're going to have just these two on this, just him, that we're going to be able to look at without worrying about a safety getting in the way, because this corner out is actually a very good man beating corner route. And what I'm going to do is take X, smart route his route, make it a little bit deeper. And honestly, you can take circle, just send him on a streak if you want, or you can keep on a comeback. It doesn't matter, whichever one you want to do. Literally doesn't matter. But I like to read between triangle and R1 depending on what the user's doing, and most of the time I'm looking straight at triangle. I'm throwing it straight out the break. That's how you want to make sure you throw this. Make sure you have a good route runner who's pretty good. He doesn't need to be some elite person, but he needs to be good enough basically. So angle routes are great versus man coverage, so this is going to be your first read if the user's not there, but most of the time your user's going to be chilling right here waiting on this route, and then you're going to be able to throw this route breaking off. Now, I love this setup because if they're playing any style of man blitz, you still can get this corner out off, which I'll show you here. So let's say they're running, a spinner style, which you will get spinner if you're playing online. Okay, so angle smash, motion this guy in, put him on a streak, take X, smart route his route. And the reason I like this too is because this route is actually pretty quick, and also you also have square and X if they beat their press early, which sometimes it does happen with this route, with square and X. So anyways, just wanted to show you that, Lord, they really hummed. But you'll be able to throw triangle. You just have to throw it out the break and just pray you don't have the Commander's offensive line, because somebody's coming in free, so your quarterback's gonna have to be somewhat decent, I should say. So I just want to show you this. At least you can actually throw this ball here, and a lot of times you'll get a good little animation here if you drill it. Now if you notice they're off coverage with their man coverage, then you want to actually throw this with like a bullet pass. But if they're pressing, you can actually kind of float it to them and he'll be able to make a play on it. So it all just depends, but that's how I like to do this. Now, most of the time the user will be here. That's why I'm talking like this. And a lot of times too, you can give this guy a chance. Most of the time, this will be your best receiver. But this corner out is really good versus it. All right, so that's one way I like to run it. Now, the other play I like too is I still like this fork wheel play. But if they're gonna play man coverage, basically, it depends on what style of man they're playing. If they're playing this style of man coverage, what I'll do is I'll motion over this guy right here. I'll take him, put him on a streak. I know it doesn't show it, but I promise you he's on a streak. And what I'm going to do is basically read his left side. I'm only going to focus on these two for right now. And the streak, what that does is going to hold that deep middle safety to where if triangle gets open immediately, I can actually throw it. Or if square gets open, I have a chance to throw that. But let me go back and replay real quick. All right. I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but this is your main read right here, and also you have the ability to throw this guy too right here. I know it doesn't look like it's open, but you can definitely throw this. And again, the only reason why I put this streak here is to make the safety stay on this right side, to where if this guy does win, we have the option to just float it to him for a touchdown basically. Now, this is one setup, but I'm going to go ahead and give you another setup that I like too. And also this post route, I'll talk about this post route here in a second. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So let's go back to man coverage. With this play fork wheel, what I like to do too is take X, put him on a slant, and then I'm going to go ahead and motion him over. So now he's basically going to run a slant from the line of scrimmage. And with this play, this is just one of my other favorite ways to run it. So now I'm just going to read the same things, but now I have X as an actual pass option read basically. So I'm going to look to my slant quick. I'm going to look to the running back, and sometimes it's supposed to get open. Depends on what they're doing on the secondary, but this is just my favorite all standard man coverage beaters. You can tell X is just going to do a great job of climbing. Sometimes they stop running the slant, so you got to throw it quick. But I decided to take the sack so I could just kind of show you just everything one more time. And again, with this X, most of the time this user's going to be here, but if not, you want to throw this ball right out the break, because if you don't, sometimes he settle up, sometimes he keeps running. It really just depends on EA. I hate to say it that way, but right here, kind of take a look at what I was talking about, that a lot of times on this wheel route, you will get a win animation. You can throw this ball, just be very careful that, you know, you have to throw it early. If you wait a little longer, sometimes it can turn into a pick, so be careful on that. And also right here, this post, depending on who you have, you could throw it. Same thing here, depending on who you have. But with this style of post, it's very hard to get open because it's not a regular post. So I really don't like the look there, to be honest. It just doesn't get as open as you like. It's more of a zone beaten post route than it is a man beaten post route with this right one. But anyways, I said this was going to be a quick video, so let's go on and get to the gameplay. Alright, y'all, so we did get matched up against the 49ers, which is not a good matchup. Now, I know, I want to talk just for half a second to some of y'all. So if you made it this far, then you don't mind me talking a lot in my videos. But when I actually do these formations and I actually give y'all these formations, I actually take time to kind of study the formation and play. You know, as y'all can tell, I play games with the formation. So I gather a lot of knowledge on these formations. So I just try to just keep it under 30 minutes and just give y'all as much knowledge as I learned about this formation as I can, if that makes sense. So whether it's offense or defensive schemes that I give y'all, that's just how I do it. I figure, you know, you can use all this information, you can come back, rewatch it, so that way if you want to run it in the future, or if you want to come back and see how you ran it before, then you just, you know, you can pick off where you can pick up where you left off at. So anyways, you guys can tell we did drive down the field, and I mean, Fred Warner just doing Fred Warner things. So I'm just going to keep it simple. On the goal line, I like to keep it simple. I ain't going to lie to y'all. Just, I mean, I'm going to come out and goal line. I'm just, you know, I might get cute every so often, depending on what our offensive formation is. But anyways, right here, this actually was a mistake on my part. I actually meant to put my running back on the out route like I was telling y'all. So these routes, and this is why you want to put the running back on the out route and not leave this angle route if you're going to do this setup. So you don't want to do the setup that you're looking at right now. And this is why. Look at triangle and R1. Notice that they literally run straight to each other. So the spacing is terrible on that. And whether you're in real life or on Madden, you always want to have good spacing when you're going to run pass concepts. So that's a small look at the RPO. The RPO is pretty fun to run. Honestly, it's a good, you know, mix up, especially since I can keep my quarterback. And again, this is the second setup that I gave y'all. You can either read square or X. Normally, those are going to be the two options. And you can tell square is just going to get wide open, which is good because you have two different reads on two different sides of the field. So you're just going to base it on where you see the user at. So right here, I'm going to come with the same setup. I'm expecting him to play cover 3. I see one high safety. And we're just going to see what he does. Now, I looked at R1 and seen him wide open. Now, had I waited, I probably could have had square for a touchdown if I went there. But I didn't see anybody in the flats, so I just took my flats. I'm more of a safe style player. So it's kind of why sometimes I struggle in the red zone, just because I'm such a safe player. I like to just take my reads as they are instead of just trying to, you know, overcomplicate things. Right there, that was just a great run by him. And that's why I like that RPO in the red zone. The blocking is just so much better on RPOs. Don't know why it's that way, but that's just what I always noticed. All right. So right here he followed. So to me that seems like it's going to be man coverage. So I was debating on leaving an angle route, but like I said, the spacing is terrible. So we're going to go ahead and take that and switch it to an out route. And right here my reads are just between triangle and R1. And we're going to be able to look at triangle. No, don't know what the user was doing, but right there we're all going to make those two miss. And to me these animations be crazy. No way I should be able to make two people miss that easy. But again, it is EA. It's in the game, right? But anyways, we got 1st and 10. And like I said, I really wanted to give y'all this setup right here because this setup is very, very good. You just need time in a pocket, and sometimes you just don't have that. But right there, you also can throw that square route, which is why that play is just so dangerous, honestly. It's a 1-2 combo. You can literally just drive down the field on some people and just using that play, just that particular setup. But this 0-1 trap, it's good, but like I said, that's one of the bad things about it is that some formations, they don't block the opposite side defensive end. So if they're athletic enough, then they'll actually get to make the play. So if you're using it in MUT, you're going to notice a lot that defensive end is going to make the tackle. And also, this is the reason why I step up so much in a pocket. You're going to be able to, you know, use your quarterback's legs, basically. So if you drift back in a pocket, you're going to make life harder on you. It's always been that way in Madden. Not going to say always, but it's been that way a good bit. And also, this is another setup that I love between triangle and R1. It's right there. We are going to unfortunately make that guy miss. He tried to make me fumble, but we wasn't going. So right here, don't ask, okay? I don't know why I didn't go left. All right, I don't know. Terrible run stick, absolutely terrible run stick. Which I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Sometimes my brain just be oofing, man. Like I don't know. It happens, it happens to me. But anyways, we still got the first down, so not too big of a deal. And right there, I mean, I threw a laser, but apparently we stepped up to the line of scrimmage. So I would still just make you auto run if you step up right there. I don't understand why they still let you throw the ball if they're saying that you're past the line of scrimmage. So I know they do it sometimes, but I don't know why it's not consistently done. So right here, it's 3rd and 16, and right here I was looking at X, but just literally ran out of time, and I seen circle at the same time. I liked what I seen, had 2 options open, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go for it. Now. Right here, just literally, I was already looking, so I like to smart route these routes whenever it's down in distance. That way they can run them, deep enough to where when he catches it, I can get the first, if that makes sense. So right here, I noticed square. I just seen that, he's playing very soft cover 2 over there, so we're just going to take that every time. We were 7 for 7 for 216, so we played a great game, but that's going to wrap it up for this video, though. I do pray you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Jarrell, and I'm out.